So will you take batting practice for the alumni class?
Jay, I'm gonna be ready. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna be ready. I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna be doing everything. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't feel happy the way I did in the last game that we
Yeah.
played, the old timer. I wanna face John Franco again because in the last one that I played, I faced John Franco and I hit like a lazy fly ball to short. So I'm gonna be ready and prepared.
You gonna
Believe
take it
me.
seriously?
Oh yes. Believe me, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to hear already. So
Jay Harwood's special edition of Amazing Conversation with my longtime friend Jose Reyes. This may sound really stupid. You know what I remember the most, admire about you the most? When you came here, you taught yourself English. You didn't rely on an interpreter. No offense to interpreters. You went to school, taught yourself English, and now, you say not do as much. You're singing, doing music. I mean, that's great. I mean, all the stuff you did on a baseball field, I've always admired how you did that.
thank you, Jay. First of all, thank you to you because when I come to the big league in 2003, you was the one to tell me that I need to do the interview alone.
Yeah.
I started to do it with, I don't know if you remember Juan Lopez.
Yes.
Lopez, he was the interpreter
Yeah.
on that time. And then you say, man, Jose, you're in New York, you need to start to doing it
But
alone.
you did it, though.
I did it, yes.
did
Because I wasn't afraid, though, I know my English is not perfect, but I'm trying to do the best I can. Even in the minor league, we got a teacher in the minor league.
Yeah.
So every time I take a class there, I get into it, because I want to learn because I know on that time, at some point, I'm going to be in New York.
I heard you like to have fun on your Instagram.
My Instagram kind of funny a little bit. I try to make funny, but let me explain this to the guy. Like when they use interpreter, and here in the big league, like they afraid to speak English.
Right.
I kind of make a funny of that, but not really because of that. Because I want the guy when they come through the minor league that they know that they need to learn to speak English. Because I see some guy here more than 10 years in the big league, and they had interpreter in the side. I mean, how that happened? I mean, when you got more than 10 years in the big league, you're supposed to do like an interview alone.
Yeah.
I do it like that funny because I want people to laugh, but in the same time, I just want the guy in the minor league that they know if they come to the big league and they they don't do it like that, it's Jose Reyes watching.
Yeah.
So
You know what the thing is too. You get to express your personality too.
Yeah.
People don't expect you to have perfect. As long as you're trying.
Jay, when you do an interview in baseball, all the questions gonna be all the time. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
So it's nothing gonna change. It's all about baseball.
Yeah.
That's it's not that hard.
Yeah.
So to do interview alone, it's gonna take like 2 or 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's talk about baseball.
Yeah.
What you do. Let's talk about what you do.
Well-
You're supposed to learn that in the minor league.
Yeah. Well, you're a great example, my friend.
My English is not perfect. I'm
Yes, it
sorry.
is.
I even put myself on my Instagram when I speak. Mine is not perfect. But I'm not shy. I'm not afraid. I just let it fly.
You know who did it himself too is Edwin Diaz. I don't work with the current team, but his first year here, it was a tough year for him. He did all of his interviews in English, and I have so much admiration for that. And it could have been easy to hide behind, but he did the stuff. And but I always remembered you, battling through and doing it. So that's a great accomplishment. So
Thank you.
this summer is going to be a lot of big dates. July 19th, our good friend David Wright, his number being retired. What do you remember about playing with David? Going to the Mets Hall of Fame. What do you remember about David?
First of all, I know David since 2001 in International League. And I remember now the guy Conti used to be the guy who run the minor league there. And he said to me and David Wright, you guys gonna lock down the left side of the infield for a long time in New York.
Yeah.
That was all the way in 2001 in International League. And, David, he been like my big brother. I'm very happy to see him and the organization return his number because he was unbelievable for the organization, for the community. And he even better human being. So, and he texted me the other day, invite me to this. And the first thing that I told him, you imagine that you didn't invite me, bro? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You're never going to make it to the stadium, bro.
Yeah.
So he like my big brother. I'm very happy to see his number retire.
One thing a lot of good what you did on the field, 2011 batting champion. One of the biggest ones I enjoyed watching you play was the Jose Reyes triple. with nothing like home runs were great.
I know. I don't hit too many home runs, so I enjoy more the
No, you
triple and
hit a lot
stolen
of
base.
home run. I remember the home run you hit against the Phillies. I think that was a game when
I tied the game in the 8th inning, I think.
it was Drubal had the famous
Oh,
bat
yeah,
flip.
yeah, in the inning, yes.
Had the
that
famous
game,
bat
yes,
flip.
that was good.
And you won the game in extra. I forget. You won the game in extra. Or tied
No,
the game.
Andrubo won the game.
Yeah.
So I tied the game in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
So Andrubo
And
won
then
it.
he had his.
Well, the one that I have to remember is the game 6 against St. Louis, leadoff homer.
Right.
So I set it on there to win that game.
But I mean, and the cycles you had and the stolen bases.
Yeah, but cycle was good, but we lost the game, Jay, in the 9th inning. Billy Warner, he lost the game.
Yeah.
So I can enjoy it because we lost. You know what I mean? But that's something good to do.
One of my 06 we had a great year. We won 94 games.
Yeah.
Got to game 7 against the Dodgers. And what do you remember?
Against St. Louis.
St. Louis. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Andy's catch in
the best guy that I ever see, Jay.
Would it be even better if we won?
If we won, I know.
Yeah.
But still, bro, take nothing away from that catch that Andy make. That was awesome.
What did you do in the ninth? So in the 9th inning, Molina hits a home run, puts him at 3-1, right?
Yeah.
We get first and second. Did you get on? I forget
No, I hit a line drive straight to center field.
You hit a line drive.
So Jim Herman was right there. I don't know why he was playing there.
And every time
it's hurt my feeling to talk about 2006.
No,
you know?
no,
I know, it's so good.
Every time I see Cliff Floyd, I say, Cliff, you should have bunted.
No,
He's never bunted in his life.
Yeah, so.
But, there was, what's kind of sad in a way is, Beltran had probably the greatest career of a free agent side, and he's remembered that one hellacious strikeout with Wainwright, which was, nobody could hit that pitch.
I know. You have to give it some credit to Wainwright. I mean, that was unbelievable pitch. I mean, it's baseball. You're going to strike out in baseball,
Yeah.
People that year, they say, oh, why he don't swing the bat? That pitch was nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, he don't have no chance, you know? And that's the way baseball is, It's meant to St. Louis to go to the World Series and win the World Series that year, so.
Another date, September 13th, the Alumni Classic. You wanted the 40-plus guys coming back. You said one of the reasons you want to come back and play in addition to see your teammates, your young daughter Destiny has never seen you on the field.
Yes. My little daughter, she's 5. She never seen me play. So that's why they're going to come here and play. And to see my old team too, And I want to face John Franco again because, in the last one that I played, I faced John Franco and I hit like a lazy fly ball to short. So I'm going to be ready and prepared.
You
believe
take
me.
It seriously?
Oh, yes. Believe me, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to hear already. So
we have guys, Delgado's coming.
I know. I talked to Delgado, yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, you're looking forward to it.
I know. I'm looking forward to see all the guy, bro.
Yeah. That year, another guy with Delgado, if he didn't get hurt, I think he wound up with 493 home runs. If he hurt his hip at the end, would have been a surefire Hall of Famer.
I know. Injury is part of this game. For Delgado, he got an unbelievable career. I know he stayed short for the Hall of Fame, but beside that, he got a very good career.
I mean, so you have a new career starting this year, Jose Reyes, sportscaster.
On SNY, yes.
Yes. I mean, do you enjoy it?
Oh, I love it. I love it, Jay, because I go there for half an hour, talk about baseball, talk about the Mets. Sometimes we talk about the Yankees, That's something that I never think that I can do because I know my English is not perfect. But, people like to see me there talking.
Well, you're a fan favorite, Jose.
Yeah, so, I do my best. So this weekend coming, I'm going to be in the pre-game and post-game the whole weekend. So
really?
That's going to be nice. Nice and tie and suit. Oh, boy.
How do you prepare for that?
Do you know what, Jay? It's so natural. I'm not prepared for that. So they just call me in the morning and say, we're going to talking about this. Yeah, I go with the flow. And, the good thing is I watch Met game every day. So I know what's going on with the Met situation and the game and stuff. That's something that helped me a lot.
Let me ask you a question. As a former player, do you find it, if a guy makes an error in a game, do you find it hard to be critical, or do you kind of... Remember Bob Murphy was one of our radio announcers? Well, before... And he used to be critical. He wasn't nasty critical. I mean, if you see something that's not right, have you discovered a way to say maybe it should have done it this way without being. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's something that I do in SNY. Sometimes when they try to criticize the player
Right.
for some mistake or for he not doing good, I play this game for a long time. I know what it is. I got the answer for those people when they talk bad about let's see Juan Soto in the beginning. I say wait, the guy
Right.
gonna be fine. This is the first time in New York, new team, new contract and stuff. He gonna be fine, and he's showing now.
You remember Carlos Beltran struggled, Mike Piazza struggled. What have you seen with Lindor, the transformation he's made from struggling to be one of the best players in the game?
Since day one he come to the big league, he one of the best players on this league. I know his first year he was a little bit struggling in the beginning, but after that he was good. As a Lindor go, the thing goes.
100%.
The past 7 or 8 games he been struggling a little bit, and the team been struggling. He's the guy when he go, the team go, and he's a superstar. And I'm glad that he leading all the ball for All-Star game because he deserves it.
How hard is it? He's a switch hitter like yourself to do well. Is it hard to master both sides? You could be doing well one side, struggling the other. Is it hard to get everything together as a switch hitter?
I don't wanna say it's hard because you're a switch hitter. You have to work both side of the play, left and right. For us, for me, I'm gonna say it was difficult, but you have to work a little extra harder, like normal hitter, like right-handed hitter. For us, we feel like we work double because you have to work both sides of the play, and sometimes one side gonna feel awesome, and the other side gonna feel struggling. That's the way it is. So.
Okay, what are you preparing? Do you keep stats, or is it mostly a feel for the game, what you see on TV, or your own memory, or your as a player, what you felt? You don't have to rely on stats that much, do you, or do you?
No, now that I retired, it's some stuff there that I put on that I don't even know. I have some media posting like on Instagram and stuff, and I say, man, did I did that when I was playing?
Yeah.
I forget it at all because I don't even know. Now I had that opportunity. But when I was playing, you don't worry about stuff. You worry about your team win a ball game, and you try to help your team to win a ball game. It's not about you; it's about the team.
What looking back was there a game that sticks out in your mind that you remember most your career? One game in particular? At all?
No, I don't want to say game 6. One that I'm gonna never forget is my first game in the big league in Tesa. I got a hit in the fair bat. That one I'm gonna never forget. But when we clinched the playoff in 2006, that's something that is taking my mind.
Yeah, I mean, really, no one came up with more pressure than you did. I mean, you were a young kid. Was supposed to be. It's hard coming into this market, right? I mean,
it is hard to play in New York. But the good thing about me and let's say David Wright, we come through the system.
Right.
We come through the organization. It's different when the guy come from different ball club
Right.
and sign here. For always easy, and I don't put no pressure at all. I just want to come here in New York and do my job, enjoying playing the game, and just a kid from the Dominican Republic who want to play in New York.
How often do you go back to the Dominican, Jose?
Right now I try to go every 3 months, 4 months. I got a lot of stuff going on in Dominican, and my parents live there. So I try to go 3 or 4 times a month.
So will you take batting practice for the alumni class?
Jay, I'm gonna be ready. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna be ready. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna be doing everything. I'm telling you. I don't feel happy the way I did in the last game that we played, the old timer. So
You have to make amends.
oh.
Yeah. We have and with David, say Cliff Floyd will be here. Michael Kadire will be here, and
That's good.
the managers Willie, Terry
That's good.
Collins,
My favorite,
Jerry
yeah.
Manuel will be. It just should be good.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what's good about the ownership here? They've kind of embraced their history, which is good. So let's keep doing these things.
that's nice.
It's good to go back to the past.
Yeah, and put all the guys together. So that's really good to see. So I think everybody gonna enjoy that day.
Two other thing, another new venture you have. Have any with you? You have your own cigars now.
And not only cigar, yeah, I got a lot of stuff. These glasses that you see here, that's collaboration with Camelo. This is the new technology. You see?
We're talking about what might do it appears with Carmelo. These are his glasses.
No, Camelo.
Oh.
Camelo, that's the name
Okay.
of the brand. So this glass is Jose Reyes glass. It's got my sign on it here. Say la melaza there. So it's gonna come out maybe in 3 weeks. Gonna
but
be out.
what we're trying to get an appearance worked out with
With Carmelo Anthony. Can't wait, Jay.
Have you met him before? Or?
Yes, I got a picture with him in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you know, I know you say you haven't done it as much, but
by the way, I got my own cigar. Yes, I'm sorry, Jay. I don't say. I got my own cigar. They one of the best in the market.
Where would you get your own cigar? Where would you?
In Dominican Republic, Jay.
Really?
You know, that's the best place for cigar.
It's a really stupid quote. What's the name of the cigar?
Jose Reyes, la melaza.
And you haven't done it as much recently, but you have a recording studio at your house, right? You like doo-wop music?
Yeah.
No, that's my kind of music. Jose. I'm talking about.
I say yes because I want you to feel good. You know.
Yeah, I'm talking about "Walk Away, Renee" by the Left Bank, "My True Love" by Jack Scott. No, I mean, you performed in clubs though, right? I mean,
no, I do that in 2019, but you know, I take away from that. I don't want to be in the club like performing and stuff. Yeah. I told you, Jay, I got a lot of stuff going on, like good stuff now. Like music's in the last place right now.
Right.
It's my hobby. You know,
Right.
I got my studio in my house and stuff, but you know, I do some other great stuff now.
you seem like you're really well adjusted. They have a lot of good things going. You have the baseball, the announcing, cigars, the eyeglasses.
Got a whiskey coming soon.
Real? What kind of whiskey?
You see, like kind of black label, kind of like that. Yeah.
Is it gonna be Jose Reyes whiskey?
Jose Reyes whiskey. Yeah, Jay. I'm telling you, bro. I got a lot of stuff that I want to say here, but I can't say it. You know, people gonna see it when I come out. So
good. If you come to the
Jay, when you retire on baseball, bro, you have to find something to do because other than that, bro, you're gonna go crazy in the house. So you know, maybe your wife say, "Man, go out and do something." You know. So I've been doing some stuff.
Well, good. You have a nice family. How many kids
Thank
you have
you.
all together? 5.
5.
And nice looking girls. So they're all.
Oh, girl, I got a volleyball team complete.
Yeah. David just struck a. David got one boy recently. He's got 2 girls and a boy. You know.
Nice.
So we'll see you again on July 19th to celebrate your buddy David and September 13th. Are you going to tell you want to bet leadoff in the old timers?
Absolutely. I know how to tell that. I mean, you know, if I play for Willie or Terry, they know.
Yeah.
They know who the leadoff guy is.
Yeah.
So,
Going back to where we started, I have so much admiration to what you did.
it's okay. Yeah, I don't need to lead off. I just want to be there with other guys. So it's fine.
Yeah. But I mean, it was like you've had a great career. Still lead the Mets stolen bases, triples. You know, had an all-star career. But pleasure to be a friend all these years, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, you know I love you. Okay.
I love you. Okay.
You know I love you, bro.
Thanks.
All right.